As a director, I've always been looking for stories which have a reflection, some reflection of social conditions and us as a people. After all, film really, truly is the literature of this generation. Therefore, at times, we should approach film from a standpoint of what the film really has to say about us as a people.
Every studio in town wanted this movie, and a lot of talent wanted this movie. Denzel Washington came up here to talk to the Canadians, and Ruben, and Lesra, and Norman Jewison, who lives here, wanted this project. And I thought, the only chance I have is if I can get to Ruben. And so I arranged for a phone conversation with Ruben. And I talked to him about the story, about what I thought the story was, why I liked it, why I thought it was important. And then I said, I think that you ought to throw on in with me, and we'll make a great movie. And he said, why should I do this with you? And I said, I'm gonna be really crass with you. I own this company, and everybody who's talking to you works for somebody who owns the company that they're representing. I said, so here's what you got. Hey, the guy who owns this company is saying, I love this story, and I will make it into a movie. And since I'm a writer, I'll write the screenplay. If you don't like the screenplay, I'll throw it away, and we'll get another writer. And if you don't like that screenplay, we'll throw that away, and we'll keep on doing that until you're happy.
I never thought, and I still do not think today, that my life was one of which I could have such luminary people as Denzel Washington as the actor, Norman Jewison as the director, Army Bernstein as the president of Beacon Communication, think that my life was of such a nature that it could be made into a film. I mean, that's mind-boggling to me.
3 times life, that's what I got. 3 times life. And for what? For murders I didn't even commit? I want to see the hurricane? Come on up in there and see him. Come on, come on, come on.
And he looks like he's going down.
Denzel puts his heart and soul into everything that he does. And so he is dedicated, and he is as disciplined now as I was then. So he makes for a good duplicate of myself. Oh yeah, I'm very proud that he's playing me.
In the case of the character of Reuben Hurricane Carter, I think that Denzel has accessed the touchstone of his career at this point. He's an amazing transformational actor. He transformed himself mentally, physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually.
I've never seen an actor work like this. I mean, Denzel was in training for a year before we even started the film. I mean, you can imagine the amount of work that took and the amount of commitment it took. I mean, he literally became a pretty good fighter.
Terry Claiborne, who played Emil Griffith in the film, was also my trainer and was a professional fighter who was never beaten as an amateur or a professional. He developed cataracts and lost his license and became a trainer, and he's trained some world champions. So we worked together, and I felt comfortable with him, and I said, you know, you should play Griffith. So we were able to incorporate a lot of combinations and things because we know each other so well. I trust him. I know he's not going to hurt me. I'm not going to hurt him. And we spar. We were doing a lot of sparring anyway in the gym. You know, I don't know how many rounds of sparring I did. Maybe 100 or 200 rounds of sparring, so I got used to hitting and being hit.
When you shoot fight sequences in the ring and you're recreating the actual fight, the camera is so revealing that it's impossible to set up each shot separately like you would a stunt fight in a normal film. For instance, there was one fight, I think there was 80 or 90 punches thrown in 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's a lot of punches to throw. And to make it believable, those actors or those fighters have to be choreographed day in, day out for months.
I made up my mind to turn my body into a weapon. I would be a warrior scholar. I boxed. I made up my mind to turn my body into a weapon that would eventually set me free.
When he was first retried in 1976, he called it more of a noisy revolution or whatever. He had a lot of high-profile celebrities supporting him, and there was a lot of brouhaha surrounding it. When those jail doors were shut on him again after that, he said he threw away the law books and people stopped coming around, and that's when he began to search within himself and to read all of the religious books and books on meditation, the Bible, and all these kinds of things. I think he went inward, and when his spirit was ready, this child, this innocent, came to him. And I think it happened because he was ready for it. I mean, he'd received hundreds of letters, if not thousands. Why he chose this one letter to look at, I just think he was ready.